am right now is far beyond anything I could have ever dreamed of. I always wanted a family, always wanted a husband and kids. Check, check, did it. Now I need some daughters. But I always, I never thought I could be a pop star. I always dreamed of it. It was my biggest dream. And I was like, I didn't believe in myself. I was like, there's no way. So to be here and to say yeah, I toured with my kids is beyond everything I could have ever dreamed of.
Because you know I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble.
I had no idea All About That Bass was gonna be as big as it is, and I remember my parents too being like, they wanna sign you for the bass song? And I was like, yeah, and they're like, but you have all these other songs too. They like that one? I was like, I guess that's what they like. I don't hear what they're hearing, but yeah, they think it's the best one. Then I remember doing the music video for it. I was terrified. I had no management. I didn't know what I was doing. I've never done a music video. I never put makeup on my eyebrows. I was so scared. And I remember laying on the ground in all the tissue, someone yelled, "It's Katy Perry. It's like Katy Perry." And I was like, you think I'm like Katy Perry? And that's my dream girl. I love Katy Perry. And I remember watching her documentary after I filmed that music video with my mom. We were on the plane watching it and we were crying and I was like, this is gonna be me, you know? And then All About That Bass came out and I remember being embarrassed thinking my high school friends would see it. Because I would always wear black leggings and hoodies and I was all of a sudden in this dress and these pastel colors and I was like, are people gonna see this? And I thought, well, no one will see it, it's fine. And then it got 20,000 views and I was like, ruh-roh. And then Justin Bieber remixed it and I was like, uh-oh. Then I asked my older brother to drop out of college and come move with me to LA and the rest was history and everyone said, hold on for dear life and I sure did. And now I'm just I'm still here, thank God, you know? Booked and we're blessed, 10 years later. It's crazy. Writing these songs at 19, guys didn't take dating me seriously. I feel like I didn't have a lot of boyfriends. I had a lot of flings. And what I really felt inside was give me that title. Call me your girlfriend, but I was trying to act cool and not confident and was insecure and was just hanging out with them for fun and attention. And now looking back, singing it, I'm like, why'd you waste so much time with these not losers, but not the ones. And after that, I started writing songs manifesting my husband, Hopeless Romantic on my second album. I was like, where are you? You know, I probably met you, and I did, which is crazy. But yeah, I finally knew what I wanted and was I'm not gonna settle for anything unless it's this. And when I sing Title nowadays, I'm singing to the younger girls in their 20s, do not settle, do not let a guy treat you like this or anyone treat you like this. Demand that title, you are worth so much more, you know? And I'm singing to my younger self, sweetie Petey, he does not deserve any of your time. Growing up, I didn't know anything about charts. I didn't know, which was great. What a world of bliss I was in. I had no idea. So when everyone's like, your song All About the Bass, #1, I was like, on what? What does that mean? They're in the world. And I was like, the whole world? So that was all just new to me and so exciting. And then I learned about charts and learned about what they were you don't even know what this means. This is humongous. This is hard to achieve. And I was like, really? Okay, great. And then I saw it with every other single I put out and it definitely beat me down because I was All About That Bass isn't better than this song, you know? Each new song, I was this is my favorite song. This one's gonna be much better than that. I've worked way harder on this one and it definitely beat me down as a creative, as an artist. I'm always hard on myself. So I thought, okay, well the charts are representing my music. Okay, so then I must be just bad at songwriting now, you know? And was just so in my head. And then my genres, I was I don't just do doo-wop. I I didn't know, and me too, I do pop stuff too, so I was very lost for a long time. Then I had my first mental breakdown, and you know, as we do in our 20s, having babies brought me back to life for reals. They showed me how cool I am. Getting to talk to my 3-year-old now, being like, what does mommy do? What's mommy's job? And he's like, she's a pop star. I'm like, I'm a pop star! I'm like, what does daddy do? And he's like, he's an actor. And I'm like, do you even know? And he has no idea, it's great.
Baby, I'ma do the shake a little, make it jiggle, put that thing in the middle for making it bizzle. But you doing it just the way I like.
One day I had like 9 million followers on TikTok, and then Chris Olsen was like, you're funny. You should show more of that. You should show your realness. And then I was telling him about real stuff I'm going through, like with my pregnancies or with my constipation, how I loved Miralax. They don't pay me to say that, I just love them. And people love that online. They love when you're just authentic and real in yourself. And what Chris and I did on these apps just like revamped my music career. It's like I got new fans, and a lot of comments were like, I didn't know you're still doing it. And I was like, yeah, I've been here, but thank you for joining, you know? It's weird because I guess the whole famous thing, they separate you from being a person, you know? And I guess I try on TikTok to show everyone like, no, I'm a person. I fart, I burp, I had to say that. Mom's gonna be like, why? Yeah, and now with toddlers, like, I'm a tired mom, you know? Like, I'm running, I'm chasing these kids, I'm potty training someone right now, and then I'm going to Jingle Balls, you know? I'm doing everything, which is great. And I think it helps, especially with my songs, are like, talking about loving myself. I know my fans are working on that as well. So I just try to stay as authentic as I possibly can be, and my family helps me do that. I do have a great group chat with like my other mom friends, like Hillary Duff and Mandy Moore and Ashley Tisdale and those friends. That's a great group chat, but none of them are like on tour right now, you know? And I'm the one that's always like, can't make it, sorry guys, you know? And so I wish I had a touring chat group, you know? I was included in one. Natasha Bedingfield put me in one because we were touring together. And it was really helpful and great, and I was asking all these questions. But some of the moms in that chat weren't performing every night as well. They were like the wives of the husband who's performing every night, and I still felt lost. And Natasha too only did 3 shows, and she would always see me and go, I know how hard this is, I know what you're doing, you're amazing. And I was like, thank you, you know? Because it was like the hardest thing I think I've done in a long time.
Lock me up 'cause I've been bad and I know I'll do it again.
Going back on the road after like 8 years of not doing that because of my vocal surgery, the pandemic, and then being pregnant for so long and having little babies, it was terrifying. It was really scary. I didn't know if anyone would show up. I didn't know if I could put on that great of a show. It's been so long, you know, where you're like, oh, I haven't done that in so long. I'm used to just being in the studio and putting out music and doing music videos. But now I have to like be on stage and perform these songs that I haven't yet, and old songs that I feel like never got their moment, like Wave and Genetics. And so I was very scared. And I think what helped me the most was having my family so involved. My younger brother produced the entire show with me here in this house. My older brother was on rehearsal sites every day, being like, it's really cool, this looks great. My brothers both showed up every day. My mom, my dad, we were all there watching the show every day, giving notes. And I rely on a lot of people to help me with that because I value everyone's opinion, and I know I'm surrounded by people who aren't just like my yes people, you know? They will tell me the truth and they will help me. So it took a lot of people to put on that show, and I'm so proud of it, and I can't believe it's done. I can't believe we did it. And we all say, oh, I miss tour, I wanna go back, and nobody misses it more than my 3-year-old son, Riley. Every day he's like, can we go back on tour? I'm like, in a second. Kelly Clarkson gave me great advice. She said, don't try to be a super mom and do everything. And I have no control over myself, so I did everything. And I have no regrets, except I was sick every day. I did get sick a lot. I got sick 3 times in 2 months. So that might be because I tried to do everything. But I had fun and we got through it. And every day looked like we would wake up at 7 with the kids. And I didn't want to sleep in because I have FOMO and I would miss out on something. And we would get breakfast at the hotels. And then we would go on some adventure. And Riley was stoked. He was like, adventure time! Whether it was like an aquarium or a children's museum or a park, a playground. We went to a zoo one time. Like, there was always a cool adventure and we would try to go out in each city. Then we had this portable bath and we would fill it up in a shower because there were no baths in these venues. So we would fill it up with a shower and give the kids a bath one at a time. And then I'd be putting on, I'm like full glammed up pop star, like putting on their pajamas, picking boogies, putting diapers on, putting them in their pajamas, and then we would wave them off to the bus. And then I'd be like, okay, Mama's gonna go have a show. And they'll go, Riley would say, good luck on your show, have a great show. And I was like, thank you, have a good night's sleep. And they would sleep on the bus, and then at 8 p.m., I would get on stage, and then I would sing for an hour and a half, have the best show ever, and be like, I can't believe I survived every night, because it was like a full workout and a lot of singing. And then I would shower right after and try to run to the bus. And I'd usually be in bed by 11, 11:30, fall asleep by midnight, and then we'd get up at 7 in a new state and do it all over again. I told my team my bucket list that I haven't achieved yet is selling out an arena, period. I didn't know I would get to do MSG. I was just like, give me a small arena, you know, like give me anything. So to have that be my first sold out arena was so iconic and something I didn't ever see me doing. And a lot of people who meet me, who are fans or like producers I work with are like, you're Meghan Trainor, you could sell an arena. I'm like, you'd be surprised. Selling tickets is really hard, you know? And I'm not known as like a touring artist that's been doing this forever. Like, I haven't done it in 8 years. I don't know who's gonna show up. But luckily my music brings a lot of people together, like families. So my crowds were really young kids to their grandparents. So I'm very lucky. I have awesome fans that range from babies to grandparents, and everyone's invited. Everyone has a fun time. It's a safe place. And I think that's why we sold out an arena. And then to play the Forum as our last show was beyond my dreams come true, because I've gone to 100 shows there. And I always said like, oh man, the bucket list dream. I just hope that I could sell this out someday. And my managers got me the greatest gift of all time, which was light up bracelets. Because I always tell them, you can't tell with the in-ears if your crowd is like really there and having the best time. And so they're like, they were loud, they were crazy. And I'm like, were they? Because I don't know. But because of the bracelets that lit up, I could see everyone to the top of the seats. I could see the entire arena, and I could see them dancing and moving. And I was like, everyone's having a great time, you know? It was like the coolest thing ever. And at one point I was like, am I Coldplay? You know, I felt like Coldplay. I felt really cool. My mom was like, there was a whole era where you couldn't be a mom and do this, you know? Like once they got pregnant, they were like, you're done. And I was told at like 20 by an older gentleman in the industry, like, well, she's a mom, so nobody really cares. And I was like, ouch. And when I became a mom, my career like had a whole new life. Made You Look blew up. I had like a whole reboot. And I think it's because my kids made me want to be the best version of me. And I'm almost there. I've just begun. Nothing can stop me. And I just want to make my kids so proud, and I want to work as hard as I can and bring them with me and show them how cool this life is.